Hello, it's me, Shawn, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about ProRes RAW. I recently got my hands on an ATOMOS Ninja V, and I paired it with a Lumix S5 as well as a Lumix S1H. Both of those cameras are capable of outputting ProRes RAW via the HDMI and can output a recording of this format in up to 5.9K at full frame. That is at 25p only, however, but if you did want 50p, you can output it at 4.1K, but that is also with an APS-C/Super 35 crop on the sensor. I recently had a bit of fun shooting in ProRes RAW 5.9K, 25p. Oh, got a lot of specifics. And here's what I came out with. My first impressions of shooting in ProRes RAW 5.9K is that the resolution alone at 5.9K gives you a lot of leverage if you did need to digitally reframe at all. I was handheld for the whole thing, so say any shots were shaky, if I needed to warp stabilize, then I do have that extra resolution size to crop in on without feeling that I'm going below the 4K margin. As for the ProRes RAW side of things, in the edit, I've got so much data stored up in those video files that it just gave me so much leverage if I needed to just tweak the colors or the exposure slightly. I've put a massive S-curve on some of my footage and I haven't really seen any banding or the footage breaking at all. I did sadly overexpose a little bit when I was initially filming, but that is user error on my part. I think if you just pay attention to your waveforms, which are available on the ATOMOS Ninja V itself, then you can monitor that quite easily and avoid my mistakes. Yeah. You've even got false color on there, which is a very good way to judge what your exposure is doing. It even has a little chart on the left of the screen so you can see where the underexposed areas are and also where the overexposed areas are. It's all touchscreen as well, so it's very intuitive. I could easily see now the S5 or S1H being paired with a Ninja V using that ProRes RAW format. It could easily be integrated into a very much commercial setting, but using very small, scalable equipment. One of the issues I had, which is something the S1H has over the S5, is that the Lumix S5 has a micro HDMI out. And the problem with that is that the micro HDMI port is just not as secure as the full HDMI port that is on the S1H. I did find that while I was shooting with the S5, I was disconnecting on and off on occasion. I had to be quite gentle. I was very handheld for it, so you know, it's quite easy because it's such a small body to nudge that cable from time to time. And when you're shooting certain things, which it's kind of like it's a one-time deal, otherwise you'd need to like reset the whole scene. And I think generally if you can get some sort of cage where it can secure that HDMI in place and make sure that that's all safe and doesn't get yanked out accidentally, then I'm sure then everything will be fine. But that full HDMI, no problems. And no cage either. So yeah, full HDMI, I would recommend the S1H over the S5 for this sort of thing, but the S5 is also really good because of the price point that it is at. You know what I mean? It's kind of a payoff either side, really. Coming to the hardware of what we were recording to, I would recommend the Angelbird Atom X SSD Mini. I used a 500GB card for this one, and that gave me around about 22 minutes of recording time. And that kind of gives you an idea of how much information you're getting when you're using ProRes RAW. And once you recorded something, it's time to get it into your computer or onto a hard drive. I would then recommend that you use Angelbird's Type-C to SATA adapter. It plugs straight into the SSD card and then the USB-C connection straight into your computer. Bibbidi-bobbidi-boo, there you go. Now, when you're ready to start editing, you can bring it into either DaVinci Resolve or Premiere Pro. I'm a Premiere Pro user, so I'm going to be talking about that one. You can just drag and drop it in straight away, but you will get some error messages pop up telling you that the footage can't be read or something to that effect. Basically what you need is that you need the ProRes RAW decoder from the Apple website. There is a link in the description to that, so just go straight to that site and then just navigate your way to the Premiere Pro part. There's a link there, you just click on that, download it and then install. As soon as you've done that, then you're ready to go. If you try to edit before you install this decoder, you'll just get a blank kind of dark bluish screen. You'll still have your audio, but you'll have no picture. So that'd be rubbish. Now with the Lumix S5's ProRes RAW footage and the S1H's ProRes RAW footage side by side, I couldn't really tell you what the difference is. I think the picture quality from both are pretty much the same. I mean, we're talking, they're both full frame. They both have the same amount of megapixels on the sensor. And obviously they're using the same V-Log and everything, the same color science. The only differences that I would probably be able to identify was just like situational changes from the actual shooting situation, like a change of lighting. I used the same L-mounted Sigma lenses. I used a 50mm 1.4 and I used a 24mm 1.4, and then I also used a 70mm 2.8 macro lens so that I could get more detailed shots. And these three lenses, for the purposes of what I was using them for this shoot, I thought they were just perfect. The clarity and the sharpness I'm getting through on those prime lenses is just exactly what I needed. But anyway, I hope this video was useful to you. If it was, then maybe consider giving us a like and subscribing to our channel and ringing that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the content that we have coming up. We make loads of stuff like this video where we kind of just talk about camera gear, photography and video as well. So you can keep an eye out for all of that. Just ring that notification bell and you won't miss out on any of it. Now, if you're interested in any of the products that I have spoken about in this video today, then there are links in the description to all of those to our store page where there's loads of information for you guys to read on about. But also you can always give us a call or send us an email and we will get back to you. Or alternatively, you can leave a comment down below and I will personally get back to you with all the information that you could need. And thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.